Great. Well, thank you everybody for joining today. This is the UiPath Agentic AI Enablement Series. This is day 2. And I just want to let you know that we have a lot of people helping with this series. So I'm Diana Gray. I'm the Senior Community Marketing Manager in America. We also have Rahul, who is an MVP with the Americas. We have Mukesh Kala, who spoke yesterday. He works with Boundaryless and is an MVP as well. I think everybody's an MVP here. We have Gabrielle, who is in America, Latin America. Nadia and Ebru will be speaking today, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We have Stefano, who also works with Boundaryless, and will be speaking later this week. And we have Lagesh, who is an American MVP, with us today as well. So, Nadia, do you want to start off just by introducing yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Diana. Hi, everyone. I'm Nadia Agfa. I'm a senior automation developer and automation lead at Boundaryless. And today I will be assisting you in this session with my colleague Ebro. Ebro, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nadia. Hello, everyone. I'm Ebru Serkaya from Boundaries again, Intelligent Automation Specialist. I'm working for 8 years with UiPath, and together we will explore the automation, the Agentic Automation together. And welcome, everyone.
Great. Thank you both. So again, we're on the second session today, UiPath Autopilot in action. We'll be going through sessions for the next 2 days as well. So I'll put information in the chat about how you can log into those next sessions. And then we have some important links that I'll also be sharing in the chat to where you can find the series page. The series page is where all the events are located. You can find registration there. When we record these sessions, which we do daily, the day after, you'll find the recording under the America Virtual Events folder or link. And then the forum thread is where you would go to have us answer any questions you have. And the MVPs on this series will also be available there to answer any questions you guys have. If you're going through and you're hearing things, please be sure to either share it on the chat or write it down and ask us later. So the only other thing I want to make sure that you guys know is that you need to look at each of the pages that you're registered for to find out what criteria is required for you to do on your own with self-paced learning. And then lastly, there is a community certification framework program, which if you copy this QR code, you can find out more about. But if you're interested in taking certification in Agentic, or if you're interested in taking it in AI, you can find all that information just by logging into this QR code. So with that, Nadia, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I will share my screen and let's start the session. Please let me know if you see the presentation.
I see it now.
Good, thank you. So as Diana mentioned, in this session, it will be all about Agentic. Today's session, we will cover the UiPath Autopilot for everyone. In case you're not familiar with it, there's also on the forum page, the Academy lesson that you can, if not already done, you can go through and it will help you also start working with Autopilot for everyone. But for this session, let's start first with an introduction. So what is actually Autopilot for everyone? But first, the agenda. So what is Autopilot for everyone? Then we will have getting started with Autopilot with the installation step by step with Ebro. Then how to use Autopilot template, and we will end it with a live demo of really using Autopilot for a few use cases. Okay, so what is Autopilot for everyone? It's basically a conversational UiPath agent that enhances everyday productivity. So it enables you to run simple tasks, analyze documents, generate emails, go through your emails, basically any task that you can have through your day. The difference between this and any agent or LLM or just simply an RPA automation is that it has built-in automation capabilities, which means that you can open your agent, your conversation, and write any text, like for example, run a UiPath automation to generate data from the CSV, upload your CSV, and it will run automatically the automation. So it's basically an agent with the capability of running UiPath automations. It has GenAI built-in capabilities. It can create content, analyze data, generate insights. It has also context grounding for like certain indexes. And it has built-in automation capabilities, as I have already mentioned. And also it has Clipboard AI capabilities. If you're not familiar with Clipboard AI, it's a UiPath product that enables you to intelligently copy and paste data from an input source to an output document or application. So if it's clear for you, please just type Autopilot in the chat or do thumbs up. So we can understand that you see the difference between Autopilot for everyone and any other agent. The key benefits of it, as I said, is that it has natural language interaction. You can start your automation just by typing text. And it has cross-platform capabilities, the ability to upload data, PDF, documents, pictures. We will go through this later. You will see some examples of it. Some of the limitations that it only supports RPA processes. So there are no capabilities for agents or Maestro workflows. And if for some reason your automation is not really well described, you can have some issues with overlapping automation descriptions. It can cause unintended actions by the agent. Okay, now to get started with Autopilot, there are a few prerequisites. So you will have to have an enterprise plan subscription. You need a license, of course, so you can run automations. Otherwise, you can use it, but you will not be able to run any background automations if you have any in your system. Like, for example, if you have an automation that enables you to search data or information from SAP or any other CRM, and you want to use that and then analyze these data, the only possibility is that you need to have an attended automation license so you can run your automation. And then it will need UiPath document understanding services so that it can analyze documents, and a personal workspace enabled. Ibro will show us how to set up in a few seconds all these different things. And for the technical prerequisites, you will need a UiPath Studio and Assistant version on 25.4. Sorry, it's 25.10.5. I will correct this later. This is the minimum required, or any other version later than that. And you will need to have a folder with the required permissions so you can access it and run your automations. And now I will give it to Ibro so it can show us how we can set up and install Autopilot and start using it. Please, if you have any questions, them in chat so we can answer them. Ibro, to you.
Thank you.
Let me stop sharing.
Thank you. Let me check. Okay, so we will start with the installing process and how to enable the Autopilot on your automation cloud. So currently I'm using the community version of the automation cloud and studio and assistant everything. And Nadia, after that, will show you how it looks like on the enterprise side, because there are a little bit difference on the both of the things. So here on the automation cloud, I'm just going to the admin tab. You can see it from the menu there. And inside it, while selecting my organization, not the tenant, in the organization tab, I have AI Trust Layer button here. I'm going there. I'm selecting my tenant. It's already enabled for my tenant right now, so you need to just enable that and it will be automatically installed. There will be some changes on your assistant desktop as well. So give it a try, and it will just download a little packages and widgets in the background. If it doesn't help, if you encounter any error, just try to log out and close everything and try again, because it can happen in the first time if it just fails to install the packages. And then on the administration page again, I can have some options here. So I can define some starting prompts for the folders that I have. I will today work on the personal workspace, but I can just use any of the folders that I have, and I can define starting prompts for the processes and the folders. I can bind any context grounding I have. I can enable the index here, connecting to the orchestrated folder after I create it, of course. And then I have tools here. Even though I don't have any customized automation process that I published earlier or developed earlier, I can use these pre-built tools. I just recommend you to install the productivity one, so that it can just help you with the email creation and some basic tasks that already built in. And I also can configure some tools. For example, if I just develop some specific RPA workflows that I can just use as tools, I can select it here and then enable for the autopilot usage. I have some advanced settings there. You can just explore it by yourself there. And I also have the license settings if the consumption of the AI unit is enabled or disabled for the autopilot, which is enabled default. After enabling that, I'm going home. And I have the assistant enabled here. I'm going to click that. And I will be able to see the autopilot inside the assistant. While loading this page, I can desktop assistant as well. So in the first step, I have the autopilot and it's ready to use automations. And yeah, it takes a bit to load right now, but it's the same. So we will have here for first for autopilot tasks and the automations. We can just go ahead with how to create custom automations for autopilot to use inside the autopilot. I will go with the studio desktop. So while creating a new project, I can start with a new template, right? Maybe you are all recognizing the robotic enterprise framework and maybe attended automation framework. Similar to that, we have Autopilot Automation Template, which is here at the end. But if you don't have it here, you can always click more templates and search for Autopilot. And select this template to use. Okay, it will download the required packages and open in a while. So maybe most of you just experienced with the RE framework or other frameworks that UiPath prepared beforehand. So these frameworks are just helping us to just develop the workflow, which is very usable for the target. Say, for example, the RE framework is just enterprise framework that helps us with the exception handling, all queue processing, and the ping, sending error messaging, taking screenshots, right? So this is for the autopilot. So it has some unique specific activities, maybe the other one. Go okay. This is a bit with here. So the trigger will be from the Autopilot, and then we have get job information. We are getting the job data. What is that means? We are retrieving the process name, version, workflow name, robot name, and mode of the execution. And I want to log this message. So because the additional detail is always helpful for debugging on the and also error handling on the orchestrator. After that, we have a try catch. So it's actually normally empty with only the command try part. This is our specified process. I will just introduce you in a while. We have report status activity to output what's happening in the autopilot, in the process, while the autopilot is running that process. So it is a message for the users, what's happening right now. So when it started processing, we can see a message opportunities extraction started, so that user can know which point we are at. And going with the try catch, we have the system exception catch here. You can add more catches if you have specific application error or business exceptions in mind. And I'm just the template already assigned the result message here, and error occurred with the exception message. These are all ready to build, by the way. You don't need to just enter anything there. And we have the log message of the result message, and then rethrowing this system exception so that our process can have the system exception real, because we already caught it, but we don't want to catch and continue. That's why we are the template have the rethrow so that the process can fail. And the comment finally is empty, and the template is just logging the last message, job data, workflow name. And inside it, for you to develop your activities, you need to use the try area. Maybe I need to just zoom in, it will be better. So in the try, as you can see, there are some developments there. I downloaded it from the Academy. So you either did the Academy example, or you will see the same scenario. Let me show you what it looks like. So in the Academy, the sample just want us to just go to this rpsamples.com opportunities, export this table by clicking this export, and format it or details only. And then if details only, we can just change the formatting from Excel to CSV. And now we are exporting and downloading the Excel file or the CSV file. And that's all. So going back to our process, to achieve this, I have the use browser sales opportunity. So it's open this website, clicks export, and checks the export type. So we have an argument there. I have 3 arguments. First, one is in direction, and 2 of them are out direction. So the first one is in export type. This specifically gets the export type from the user, from the both the writing of the prompt from the user, and we will again, just in any case, we will ask the user again if it's the Excel or CSV by the dropdown. So this is very important for the process to download the file according to the desired export type. And then I have sales opportunities local path. it's out because we don't want the user to just specify the local path or just folder with that. So it uses the environment get folder path download. And I have the result message to just export the latest result message to user. Okay, I saw an error. Is the arrow here? Is this a question or is there a problem? If it's a question, by the way, you can always write into the chat.
It's all good, Ebru, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. And finally, our process is just downloading the file and saves it on our downloads file folder. So to use that, I need to publish that. But there is one thing, one little detail. I'm going to publish this to my personal workspace, not on the tenant, because I have full control over my personal workspace. So I don't need to just go to someone, to an admin or RPA infrastructure expert to just publish and deploy my workflow. So I'm just going to use personal workspace and click publish. I already have this, so I don't publish, and then you will be ready. If we go to the processes on my work, we can see that RPA sample says opportunities is here and ready to use. To bind this with the Autopilot, I have one app, Autopilot for everyone admin app. I will use this app. I will just download all of the components from the marketplace and then deploy the process and the app to my orchestrator. And I will use this to manage my workspace, personal workspace processes. Again, this one is only the workspace, personal workspace processes. It doesn't get any other processes from other folders. So you will need to just go to this marketplace and click download. There are two keys there. So first one is the solution. This is the admin app file. We download. Hopefully, again. Okay, loans of my PCs, everything goes. I need a few minutes. Nadia, can you maybe show the enterprise part at this time?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's just show you my. All right. Second, I will up. Ibru, can you give me please a presentation?
Can you presentation
Okay.
because I can't click anything right now.
Done. It's
Okay,
done.
thank you.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So here's just my cloud, UiPath Cloud, and let me show you on the admin setting. Actually, what I have here is, let me show you the license. It's a UiPath trial, enterprise trial plan. You can activate this with your enterprise account. So it doesn't work with your personal email address like Gmail or Outlook. You have to activate it with your enterprise account, and it gives you 60 days of trial. And everything I will be showing in this session is already available within this trial plan. So if you want to recreate anything or try it for yourself, you can do this. Now let's get back to the admin part. We can go to the AI trusted layer, like Ebro showed us, and go for Autopilot for everyone. Of course, we need to select the tenant we will be using for our Autopilot. And here I just have one, which is my default tenant. Everything is already installed, so I can uninstall it, but I won't do that because it will take me time to reconfigure everything again. And here, what I will recommend you to do is to download the tools. These are already built-in tools by UiPath for product and engineering, sales, productivity. I will show you some of the productivity processes that I will demonstrate later. You can find them actually here, also on Marketplace, Autopilot for Everyone Productivity. You can search for it. And it has many built-in tools we have for Outlook, for Teams, Concur, DocSign, files, and yeah, you can just go on and read everything. So I already downloaded everything. And also, what I did is I tried to add some starting prompts because why not? We can select here the folder we want to use. Of course, for Autopilot for everyone, we can set configurations for different folders. Mine would be simply my workspace. And in my workspace, I tried to add first some starting prompts by department. And I also clicked on the add prompt feature because, again, why not? It already exists. So I was exploring what kind of starting prompts already exist within the platform. Let me show you an example of just an operations starting prompt that I created this morning. So it's pretty simple. I just gave what I want the user to have as a message. So this is a prompt to display to user and a prompt sent to the AI. So yeah, it's very simple. You are an assistant helping with productivity, specialize on efficiency for organization and stuff like that. And you're capable of doing this and this and this. And then when interacting with the user, you have to be concise. So it's basically instruction for how you want the LLM to respond to your request. And I made sure to add, do not start and end your response with thank you message because I don't like it. And so, yeah, you can set up things like this and you will automatically see them on your autopilot. So when I just save this, what we can see is on my assistant, let me open it again. On my assistant, actually, this is a little bit different than what you have when you install it for the first time, just because I created these starting prompts, and here we can find general productivity, operations, and finance. If I click on operations, you will see the one that I have just shown you, document processing, and here I'm your productivity assistant. I can help you with tasks, manage time, and I can click on it and I have the first starting prompt already in place. I can modify it if I want to, like make decisions that could be made by a user. I can delete it or I can keep it. I can send it to Autopilot and start the conversation. So yeah, this is just a quick glimpse of how to set it. So you see it actually answered, I'm your productivity assistant. I can assist you with this. How can I help you? And then it asks you, let me know what you need and suggest few prompts. What does it look like when I install the tools? Let me go back to my orchestrator and show you just the folder. Again, you can download it from Marketplace and upload it yourself as solutions, or you can do as I did. I'm a very lazy person. Just click on download on the admin app. Of course, you need to have admin rights to do this, and upload it as solutions. It will automatically appear here as a solution folder, and you see all the productivity solutions I have, the sales solution, and the engineering solution. Ebru, is that okay with you?
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm good
So
for
let's
it.
get back to Ebru with the template, and then we will end up with a demo in the end.
Okay. I'm You're seeing my screen with apps, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
In the meantime, I from the marketplace, and this is the app part, the solution one. But this is it. We need the inside of it, so you need to just extra.
So, Ibri, you're cutting out a little bit.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mhm.
Okay. Sorry about slowness, but it will just will be better in a minute. So
Ebru is cutting again.
Yeah, we'll just wait a minute.
Yeah, maybe just 10 seconds so she can get back.
Mhm. Thanks, everybody, for your patience.
maybe I can just give up.
Ebru, we were waiting for you. Do you hear us?
Ibri, are you there?
Yeah,
if you
she's
are.
having network issues. So yeah,
You want
maybe
to,
Diana move on with the
yeah,
presentation because she was on the last part actually showing the UiPath app. You can, it's this interface basically. She would just go and show you how to configure certain things, but you can already download it yourself. And also, please make sure to go to the Academy course in the session forum. You will find it linked. Please go there and try to follow the session step by step. It will help you understand how to work with the UiPath app for Autopilot. But anyways, this isn't like the only requirement for you to use it. You can already use the assistant as I have just shown you. And we can move like to some fun demos of how we actually can use this assistant and what can we do with it. Okay, so let me share my screen again and let's do something fun. Okay, you see my assistant?
yes.
Okay, perfect. So this isn't something like out of the ordinary. It's just the UiPath assistant. As soon as you enable the autopilot options on the orchestrator, as Ibro showed, you will have it right here. And if you open the assistant, you will find the same screen as I do. Here you have all the dashboards with the automations and solutions you have, marketplace, reminders, so just the assistant. Here again, we have like a chatbot interface with few interesting options that we will be exploring. But first, let me show you the use case I want to demonstrate. We have this classic RPA challenge site, and I find it really interesting because here I have a table and I want to extract all the data from this table, except I have no buttons, nothing to extract it. So usually, if you are an RPA developer or automation developer, you would think about either I would copy everything or I would create a simple automation to do it. Today, I will do something very different. I won't do either of these because I'm very lazy. So I will open my UiPath Assistant and play around with these buttons. We have the attached files, we have capture screenshot, and we have capture active window. So I can capture a screenshot and add it from this table, but again, I'm lazy, so I will just click on this. And it already captured the screenshot of the site. And what I'm gonna do is ask my assistant to generate a CSV file based on the information in the table. Okay, generate CSV file with data from this table. So let's see if the assistant will be able to understand what I want, if it will be able to extract data from this image, and if it can generate a CSV file. So actually it's analyzing the image. You can see here more information. It's analyzing the screenshot, extracting data. So it's working. And it tells me I have extracted data from your table and they found these data. It looks accurate to me. Yeah, it is. It's correct. I note the invoice column appears to contain download icon rather than text value in the original image, which is true. I can create a CSV file with this data for you. So here, actually what's happening is it's given me the possibility to run an automation. It's one of the tools that I have already downloaded a couple of seconds ago, as I have shown you in the productivity part. So it's this one, productivity. And here we have file, create a CSV file. So let's use it. Let me get back to my assistant and click on run. The moment I click on run, it runs the automation. It says create CSV automation successful, installing package, job started processing success. So yeah, now it says the CSV file has been created correctly, and it gives me the path where the file was automatically downloaded. So let's open it and see if my autopilot did the task correctly. Are you excited for the result? Oh, magical. Okay, so we have 4 columns: the due date, ID, invoice is empty because it's just a button, it's not a link. So the CSV file is pretty good. But now I need more than this. I have the CSV file, and it automatically suggests a few prompts like, do you want to add status to the CSV file? Do you want to sort by date? You want me to help extract invoices from the information? But I already have the invoices installed. So what I want to do is I want my assistant to be able to read these invoices and add them to the CSV file. So what I'm going to do is I will upload my 4 invoices to my assistant. So just drag and drop, very simple. And I will ask Autopilot to extract balance. Well, I will ask it to analyze these documents and extract balance from each invoice, then add it to, let's see, well, let's add it later. Let's see if it already is able to understand the PDFs and extract invoices. Let me show you an example of a PDF. I actually downloaded it from the same site. So if you go here and here, you will find samples and you can download them. So you can do everything I'm doing in this demo. You can do it alone later. All right, so it's analyzing documents. It says analyzing documents, large files. It might take a few minutes. And here we can say it did the analyzation for 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Actually, it shows you the status first, just analyzing first one, then second, 3. And it says, I have analyzed all your invoices and extracted the balance from each 2. Let's see, we have invoice 1, 2, 3, and it says the invoice 4 is duplicate, which is correct. Let me show you both of them. I just uploaded the invoice 4 and 3 are the same, but having different document titles. Let me go back to my... I want to open just an invoice to show it to you so we can compare if the information is accurate. Let me show you the invoice 4. Here it is. I hope you're following me. All right, the invoice 4, we have the balance and it is correct. So I will trust my assistant and ask it to... It says, I noticed that invoice 3 and invoice appear to be duplicates with the same invoice number, date, and balance. And it asks me if I want to create a CSV file with these invoice data. Well, I'm not going to run this. What I will do is ask it to add the balance to the CSV file I already created. So let's see if it remembers what happened before this. Add new column to my CSV file and with invoices balance in order. Yeah, let's see. Are you guys following me? Say yes in the chat so that I can understand. Okay, so it added new column, shows me the data. It gives me the possibility to run an automation. Again, this is just LLM and this is me running an automation. It runs the automation, it runs successful, and now it will give me the answer. Okay, here's the path to my file. Let's see it. Let's open it again. Check. Okay, so the balance is good. It added the balance, everything is good. However, I remember that I did add the same invoice. This is not correct because the fourth line is just a duplicate of the second one. So I will just ask it to delete the duplicate, and I don't like the currency here, so I will try to remove it. Delete the duplicate invoice and create new column for currency and delete dollar from balance. Again, in my text, I didn't mention which invoice is duplicate, so I will be expecting it to delete either the third or the fourth one. I didn't mention what currency I'm using, so I will expect it to understand that it's US dollar, and then add everything in a CSV file. I will run it. Let's see the result. So here it says, I removed the duplicate from row 4, so it was correctly identified. The new currency column is added, and I removed the dollar symbol from the value. Okay, the file is generated. Let's open it. Good, it's looking good, right? We have everything. We can play more with this, we can add stuff. I asked it to put it in the correct order with respect of the due date and stuff like that, and was able to understand and perform the task. Again, this is me not doing any kind of coding. I didn't code anything. I'm just using the assistant, Autopilot, asking it natural, just questions, plain questions in English, and it was able to understand, extract data, read documents, generate documents, add columns, correct data, and also identify that I have, by mistake, added an invoice that was duplicate. I hope you find this interesting, because I do. This is really helpful, and also can suggest different things. It's suggested to add the total balance, sort the data by due date, and stuff like that. I want to do something else. I want to generate some insights, like generate some diagram or insights. Sites. Visualize my data. Just with typos and I write. However, I want to see if it can understand and generate something interesting. Okay. Let me show you something I have already generated using Autopilot. Okay, so this is for the same exercise, just while preparing the demo, I asked it to create a visualization based on the data I have. And here it is. It created this page for me with data, and I didn't add any input of how I want it to look like or anything, just some summary and visualization, and it created this for me based on just a table that I have on a random site. So it's pretty interesting what we can do with Autopilot. Yeah, it did the same thing, so I can just run it and it will create the invoice for me. But I already have it, so here it is. Here's the final result. This is just me working with the Autopilot and the CSV automation that I have already downloaded it from UiPath. Really nothing fancy. You can create any automation you want for your system and connect it to your Autopilot. Make sure to add clear description so the agent won't misunderstand the automation and run another one. And also you can use it for various types of, like, you can create PDF files, doc files, and stuff like that. That's it for the demo. We can maybe create a new chat. We can actually do something linked to productivity, like for example, how many new mails in my inbox. Let's see if it can answer it. And actually what's happening here is Autopilot running get Outlook emails and using the connection I already have with integration services. If you are not familiar with integration services, it's a service on the UiPath platform that enables you to have connection with different systems. They have already many built-in connections. I used one of them to connect my Outlook, this one, to my assistant, Autopilot. I have just in my inbox, I have 2 mails that I have sent for myself. And as you can see, the assistant was able to understand, use my connection, and retrieve. It says I have 2 unread emails in my inbox today. This one comes from my address mail about invoice, and this one a refund request. I can ask it to, would you like me to help with any of these mails? What's the refund request about? Okay, let's ask it. So running get Outlook email details with the email ID. In the meanwhile, I can show you quickly what the integration looks like. Let me go back here. I think we can see it on the Autopilot probably. Up again. Can I see the integrations here? No, no. It's integration services. Here it is. All right. Again, you have to select the folder you want to have your integration. And since I'm using my workspace, we have here my connections. I only have 2, Slack and Outlook. So it's using one of these 2 connections to perform and access my email and perform the actions regarding my request. So it says the refund request is this one. Here are the details: the order number, order date, refund amount, etc. The email mentions that it may take 3 to 5 business days to refund. All right, is there anything specific you want? Let's verify if this is accurate. Refund request. Okay, this is looking good. Let's try this. Can you mark the refund request as read? Oops. I can't. Okay. I can help you mark the refund request as read. To do this, you need to move the email to the folder, etc. And again, you can perform some actions. And here you can see this is the connection I was talking about. It's using my integration service connection. This one, the second one, is using this one to perform actions on my mailbox. That's it for the demo from my side. I hope this helped you understand how to use Autopilot. It's not only linked to automations, you can actually ask it any questions about UiPath. Let's say, what is UiPath Autopilot? And I think this is, so Autopilot for everyone. And it will give you, actually, it will run all of the documentation and will give you very interesting answers. Maybe you're wondering about the model it's using. It's using Anthropic Claude 3.7 Sonnet as the main LLM to answer the questions and everything. And I didn't show this. So yeah, you can see it understands everything and gives you the answer. I didn't mention this earlier, but just for reference, make sure if you have any policies, make sure that the use Anthropic is enabled. So it's not in the AI layer, it's in the automation ops. If you don't have it, you can create it. And if you do have any policies, please make sure that here I have already created an Autopilot trust layer policy. You can add a new policy if you want. Let me just edit the one I have to show you what I'm talking about. So here you will see enable calls from third-party AI third-party models for the trust layer. And here you can enable agents. Enable Autopilot for everyone. This should be yes, otherwise you will not be able to use it. And the models you have to have Anthropic enabled so that your assistant can work correctly. Yeah, that's it. That's it from my side. Thank you very much for sticking out with us till the end, and I hope you find this interesting, and I hope you could also try it by yourself. It's really interesting. I personally like it a lot and use it, so thank you. Diana, back to you.
Thanks. Great job, Nadia. Really detailed, very interesting. I was going to cheer you, but I didn't want to ruin the recording. But
Thank
but it's
you.
very good. Ebru, thank you also for your presentation today. And I've just noticed that there's been a ton of questions in the chat as well. So thank you, Gabrielle and Logish, for taking care of all that. So I think the next thing is for people to register for session 3. Make sure that you have time. You can use this extra time to do your homework. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
Diana, I will just add one thing. Please, if you didn't already register for session 1, which was yesterday, go through it. It will help you understand more concepts about agents and prompt engineering, so you will be equipped for the session 3.
Perfect.
And have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.